I don't love you that much.
At least you love me. So.
Skate. Show me. Right. Johnny. Right. Johnny. Right. Which one's?
You alright? Good, alright. Slowly. Bring the arms out this way. Good, get the palms in. Nice. Good, right here, palms down and up where they go back. So this is also for a rotator. And here, crossing. So all these stretches are for that. Before you do bench, especially flat bar, stretch all these muscles in here. Warm them up. Good, alright. Reach to this point, there you go. So, go down and reach back. And go to the left. Other side. Good, alright, working. Tira. Other side. Good. Alright. Alright, a couple things that I had in mind. And probably there. A couple things are coming up. But we'll cover it a little bit and then hand the Shihan to the finish kidding. Right now, you partner up over there, you two. Alright, so this is what we're gonna do. Right, that's what we're gonna do. Alright, so your arms up here. Alright, I'm gonna try to touch his head and you are going to block it. Okay? I'm gonna You see what I'm trying to do? I'm not trying to go all crazy right now. I'm just trying to do that. So I'm trying not to move my shoulders. Oh, you're a lot faster than me. Alright, so if you, watch. See that?
Move yourself when it gets it
You
there.
get there every time. So if you go like that, right?
Which is why the straight punch is there.
Alright, so when we do it now, cause we're gonna do another drill, but this is just a little reflex action. Alright, and you see how this right here has to go this way. A lot of people try to do to this, and I see a lot of people would get knocked out with this wobbly punch from the back. Okay, so you almost have to, you almost have to turn towards the punch a little bit. You don't have to turn a little bit towards the punch. Agree with that?
Nope.
You know, if you go in there and do this, and you're not really putting that's why the rising block is this way. Those over the top ones. People go in there and they go, oh, you know, get your guard up here. Guess what? You can come right over the top and he's hit. Alright, so you have to kind of turn a little bit to it. Okay? So it's just a little quick reflex thing. Alright? And then you're just gonna go down to it, okay? I think you guys can do this one. Alright? So down and up. So just I'm trying to touch them. That's all I want to do. Try to touch them. And you go boom, boom, boom. Just play it a little bit with that, okay? Alright.
Just one
This-
little thing, just watching him do this. I'm now Brandon for a second. Did everybody see what he was doing, or was everybody paying attention to Shannon's hands? Everybody's looking at Shannon's hands. Okay, here's what you were doing. You got in here and you were literally doing this. Because your mind's not right, so you're thinking about this energy, and he's close, and I don't like this. You gotta get in here and get this kind of thing. Well, if the mind ain't right, the rest of this ain't right.
And it can be kind of slapping it like how we
Yeah.
do too, not necessarily to use it.
Well, you know, you just wanna make sure you don't get touched. He's gonna try to touch you in the head and the stomach, and you try to avoid getting touched,
Just,
right? So you see how sometimes I was even doing this, trying to get in the back of the head a little bit. So that helps you getting into the right distance, because if I'm over here, I can't really reach. So I gotta be here in order to do that,
Yes.
okay?
just,
Good? Go for it.
Wasn't what I had planned for today. I've been thinking about this for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
It just came up.
This is all, it came up, up the road. I mean, I was trying to do it like, from there, trying to trigger from there. Fight like that.
I was just gonna do, some sparring, I don't think he had him pad up the, so we just four of them. Just pad them up a little bit. This gear stuff, you really bought it, but you didn't take it home or something?
No, he got it home, he got it home. So he brought it today, but.
yeah, I'm anticipating, when's it gonna start?
I know, that's it.
Remember, you can go middle.
Looking at the hand will do nothing for you, other than get you hit.
Good, it's a good drill. There was this video that I wanted to show you. Russ Smith threw out there one night. And he sort of playing around with another person. You know, how beneficial it is just to, you know, how we used to do kind of play around.
Yeah.
How beneficial it is to play around, just keep working with it, you know, working with it. That we don't do it because of this, because of that, but it's so beneficial to your body.
Usually
Do
try
it,
one
do it,
as
you
far.
know,
I like it, center body, number eight. Yeah, good eye.
Work, all the time. At one point it was a cow. Cow and
Aye.
and of course, the educational weapons by military. He's become whip my butt a little bit.
He posted it on the site, and like, you see
That's
that,
not what I was
it's kinda like
gonna
you
build a
go out
community
there
with.
and we'll-
Not where,
looks like hair like that, would be kind of, doing this like, kind of.
Switch partners if you have it.
Interaction deal, and he kind of held it up as a- that was my watch. literally punching 3 feet off your shoulder, and the other guy did it because of the sheet. Another really great example of something. And what you done, you're missing something.
Smacking your arms over and over again, it's just.
I know we always get paired up.
Alright, y'all did? Enough?
I know.
So what'd you find? What'd you get out of it?
Definitely, if someone's moving their shoulders, tell what's gonna happen every time, but if they don't, it's.
Alright.
I think it's better if I look at the center of the body and don't
Yes.
pay attention to the
Now,
eyes.
this is just a little reflex drill, but I'll tell you what, you don't wanna get that close with somebody that you know has got some issues with.
Yes.
Why is that?
Reflexes.
Huh? The first one who triggers usually is gonna be the one that's gonna hit you first. At that distance, it's a reflex that you know, it might work in and there, but we're, you know, just to kinda get you, but you don't wanna get that close, period.
Yes.
Somebody that has a little issue with you, you know, he's already kinda like, or not sometimes. You know, we see people just kinda like go, hey, you know, and just put a thing in your chest.
Yeah.
He loves to get that close.
Right, so okay, so remember, situation with somebody, distance is good.
Yes.
This is just a little drill to kinda get you in there, okay? Now, what we're gonna work is this. We're gonna work a couple of different ways. Which one's your back shoulder? For shoulder's sake, alright, we are going to be turning like this. So if there's something hard, you have this to play with. You follow?
Yes.
If you are here, not too much to play with going back. Does that make sense? So
Yes.
this allows you to do that little break.
Yes.
Okay? So what we're gonna do is here, we're gonna get into that position. Alright, and then you're gonna tell me, you're gonna give me a feedback, hey, you move your shoulder. I can tell before you were gonna shoot, you did something weird. Am I?
Yeah,
No?
sometimes it's like telling my dad he did something.
No, this is my right,
No,
so.
I can't. Well, you
My
do this,
telegraphic?
you do this, with your
Alright,
right,
so-
does this right before.
Alright, so you wanna get a little bit, look for any little movement. Hey, I'm doing this, okay, I'm gonna try to correct that. Lift my shoulder, try to correct that, okay? See, notice how close I am too, right? Cause most of the time, what's gonna happen? You're gonna twitch, alright? I used to love to get that close, at one point I used to go to that, cause I was fast. I'm like, okay, if he twitches, I'm gonna hit him with something.
Yes.
I was already ready. He's gonna do anything, something funny, that he's gonna twitch, hit him. So you're gonna practice on that reaction, on how you, like a quick draw,
Yes.
right? Whether it's from here or from here. Hands down or hands here, I like to go from here. Cause I, you know,
If you were that
competition,
close, hopefully you'd have your hands up. a
you
little
have to have
bit.
your hands up like this, okay?
Are we going with the cross, or, cause you were going with cross?
I was going with my right, but you're gonna do it both hands anyway.
But I mean, lead hand, jab, or,
I was
or is
even,
it both?
I was even. Actually, I was with my reverse punch, you're right, you're right. I was with my reverse punch.
I would think, you know, you could go with jab and that's.
Yeah. I'm trying to get a little bit, see if I can get a little bit, of that knockout blow, right?
Not true.
I wanna get to that. Yes, this, that's really, yeah, but you can generate power from right there. Alright, are you comfortable with that? Cause remember, we're still polishing our weapon. We're still polishing our weapon, right? Only polishing the surface of the weapon, but all the mechanics of it, the speed, the reaction to it, how you're gonna use it,
Yes.
right? Are you comfortable with that? You go, okay, I got the speed, I got the accuracy, and I got the power. Cool, I got my weapon kinda sharpened up a little bit,
Yes.
right?
Right.
And you keep working on that, alright? So work on it, let's do 20 each hand, each person. In the shoulder, again, don't do this,
Got it.
do that. All right, go for it. Stop it over there. Most everybody's gonna, does this and they go blind. Here, one thing, that if I'm, to me, it combines what you were talking about, it pushes. I like that, I like that. Cause you can get ahead of the game, and you know that where the is gonna come from. It's not gonna lift, then come down, it's gonna come from right there. That's not what I'm thinking. I like that, you're closer. Oh, you're moving like my grandma can get away from that one.
I was trying, plus he's starting like this, and I was trying to kind of start it like you're just standing there, and it's,
So relax it, don't put too much body into it, just a little bit. Alright, the other hand is just like it's dead,
You have a stroke lately?
you go like this, you know, throw it, but you know, if you see something, let them know.
This is not why, nobody would probably see it in an actual fight, but you tell me.
What do you mean?
When you're ready, it rolls.
Okay. I knew it was something, I didn't think it was around the fight.
Like from the waist up 5 minutes, smooth, and I saw the hip do something like that.
Especially that's not right, you have to kind of figure out how to deal with something.
I'm guessing 15.
Yeah, that's what I'm listening, you can see the brace, but again, then it's just like.
Brandon, it's coming this way a little bit, you notice that? You're coming this way a little bit? I'm exaggerating, of course, but see if you can. I know, it is your right, so you gotta remember, when you hit something, let's say hit something here, right? And you're hitting is doing this, then, you know, it's all in the shoulder, it's not gonna do anything. So push through, push, alright? Push through. Yeah, I like that. I like that. But sometimes I have them do one and two. How would that work on the bottom? Same?
So it depends on what your,
So I can put it out here.
so if I'm putting it here, the hand is one thing, it's still, the bicep, it's gonna look more like you're trading.
So you're just kind of touching, you're not really blocking anything, just kind of pointing, touching it. Okay, so you try this, right?
Those, I was thinking, again, when you punch it out, you're always doing the block. To me, doing it in my head seemed to be a shorter distance and a more efficient.
Also, I had that thing in mind about the.
Oh, yeah, no, yeah, perfect, but
Yeah.
throwing it out, it was.
Oh, I can follow what I was saying, like that.
Just like kind of more.
that's neat.
Just don't put up, because I do like the forward. I like that approach. Yeah.
Put it in position, even though you're gonna say, don't do it.
Power
Some slap.
Oh,
Slapping and hitting.
slap hit.
was so strong.
I like that.
I learned that from one of the
Big
best.
fan of slapping.
Well, yeah, you are. I know.
Yeah, slapping a punch, that's great.
Right there, oh my
I like that.
Step on the foot, slap him upside the head, punch him in the face.
You're gonna be like, what the heck? Bam, bam.
Anywhere in the stuff.
Just, one thing I want, possibly want to say, maybe try to, maybe
You
try
stepped in my
to.
foot one time, I felt like that.
My hand was not
She
pushing.
grabbed my foot and I felt like I was going out. I tried to jump over it.
I don't want to say something.
That was not as smooth as I was thinking.
My favorite ones are when I miss the foot and I catch just a pad, and I try to pull back, and it's like, no, it doesn't even come out sometimes. The Velcro will catch a lot of times, it'll be like, and you shoot the foot back to me.
Go a little bit higher, go a little bit higher, go a little bit higher. when you're that close and somebody really hides it, you can't really react. You see why you wanna stay away? You might be reacting to this, because you get to see a little bit of the shoulder and everything, like those crazy blows, you might react to that, but somebody that is trained, and it's gonna go with a straight punch.
If you're good, you can catch it with your belt.
You catch it, expel, and, but they're not gonna
Still
throw.
gonna hurt.
Yeah, they're gonna throw in the face, they're gonna try to knock you out.
My experience is some of those guys who start fights in bars. Yeah, that's
Yeah, the ones
It's
that-
always the idiot that doesn't.
Always the idiot.
Yeah, the one that talks a little bit too much, that's the one probably gonna start it up anyway, but anyways.
Enough about me.
Alright, cool, understand?
Yes.
Alright, put those things away. Sheehan's got a plan for y'all.
Nope. We'll figure it out. Alright, right from there, attention hop on number one. Post!
Yes.
Hey! Hey! Up! Hey! Go! Go! Hey! I've been trying to figure out if it's an optical illusion, because it looks like his right shoulder's up 2 inches higher than his left.
When he throws it, right?
Well, just even standing there. Hey! Hey! Number 2. Hey! Hey! On! Hey! Go! Greg, Ken, step forward a little bit. Stay. Number 3. Hey! Hey! On! Hey! Go! Number 4. Hey! Hey! On! Hey! Oh! Number 5?
I'll follow along.
Number 5. Hey! Jab over the top as you slide out to the back 45. Hey! Son! Inside block, punch, yeah, there you go. Go! Go! See? Punch! Good. Two.
Hey! Yeah.
Right.
I'm wearing profound for going like this. Should I technically be doing my whole, the whole movement, or because I'm kind of doing it like I'm in a fighting style. I'm standing here going versus doing the whole.
I don't have a problem with what you're doing, let me just answer it that way, I think anything else would be more confusing.
This.
Is it a full front stance with that jab?
Half month stuff. Okay, number 6, basically you come to this 45 angle, it's like you have open hand, little inside block, reverse punch, and you stand up shito. So you end up facing this way.
So,
Hey! Inside block, punch, shito, strike. Hey! Shito, good. On! Hey! Go! Go! things, we'll go over real quick, some things that kind of catch up on, I want to add a little detail to, and then some things that have come up in conversation of late. From a conversation Wednesday, you were asking a question about the spinning out, or you're losing if you missed something kind of thing.
That's-
The one part that both Sean James and I left out is concept of kime, which basically just means focus. If you have an unfocused technique, it just means you're throwing. So if you miss, yeah, you're gonna go into it. Any technique that you're throwing, well, how many people, you weren't here Wednesday, were you?
No, sir.
Okay, the question basically was that if you're throwing hard, well, you're throwing in the air, you throw harder than you can throw a person. Because if you miss the person, you're gonna spin out, basically the question.
Yes, we're doing round kicks.
You hit less hard at an
Well,
individual?
most people, if you watch them, when they're doing air drills, they throw like demons. But the second you get up to a pad or another body, they back off the power. And one of the questions that came up is like, I'm throwing this round technique and I miss, I keep going. How do we recover to keep the power going? And again, the one part that we left out of that discussion was this concept of kime. So regardless of what I'm throwing, if I'm just throwing wild, even with a straight punch, I'll keep going. There has to be a point where you're intending to focus your power. Normally it's on the backside of your opponent, and that's where it's coming out. So it's, even if my intent is to focus my technique through Ken and come out his spine and then come back, if I hit him, then great, then everything works. But even if he slides and blocks, I've still dumped all of my power there and come back. I haven't let it stream into space.
Understood.
I actually find I hit harder when there's something there, because if nothing's there, that's when I feel like I'll spin out. If I just go, I'll do that in the air, whereas if something will stop me if I do go crazy, because that's the point that will stop me from going further.
Well, you're relying on a body to make your kime. Because most people, especially in the beginning, don't throw air, like you're doing our line drills, they're throwing like demons. You put them in front of a pad all of a sudden because they're either afraid to touch something or afraid of hurting their hand or foot or whatever. Normally is what most people.
For me, in that case, it was specifically a round kick in a drill, and I was just saying, on that round kick, I felt like you kind of have to be a little gingerly so you don't go going all the way.
Yes.
And if there was a person there, I probably, if I knew I was going to hit him, then I'd crush it. But that's, if he moved, then it would be a problem.
You know, it would be a problem.
Kids don't miss, right?
But
The kids don't miss.
there is that. But this is probably one of the hardest things you develop because of that.
Yes.
Is to find that point where I can throw full power and still have it recover. Kind of thing.
Yes.
Your focus, it shouldn't matter.
Your focus, it shouldn't matter. If I have a point where I'm gonna focus my technique, it's gonna end there and then come back.
Yes.
If I don't have that focus and I just stream it off into space, then you kind of walk off that curve kind of thing that we've all
And
done before.
Hunchy, you know what he used to do in order to stop that? He would tie a belt.
Oh, I forgot about that.
He would tie a belt.
So to stop
Actually, not
it.
even tie. Just put it right here,
Mm.
and then over there in the opponent. So every technique, you have to come right back to it, or else you're gonna get all tangled up in the belt. And it wasn't tight. So if you pull too hard, remember? It's
Yeah.
gonna come off.
Oh, we tie a belt around each other, you're saying?
Yeah, just put a belt. Just put it, just stick it in there. Yeah, just stick it in like that. And then I put one on my, right? Like that. And then you spark. You can't pull too far,
Ah.
I see.
alright? And you can't do any of this. You gotta come right back.
Interesting.
So to kinda keep the key back.
I forgot about that.
Remember that?
Drill. I don't feel like we're gonna see that in class sometime soon.
Just to keep the key man
I
and
think you may have created another monster now.
It's one of those things, I gotta read down somewhere, like, ooh, I'm gonna go back to my notes and see what else I forgot.
when you started talking about that, it just reminded me of that.
I'll look forward to that tomorrow.
That Wednesday.
Start with the orange, and if they drop it, then they get a yellow.
Brett, I don't know if you have your orange certificate, but I got one here.
I do, that's an extra one.
That's an extra one,
Yes, you can hang it in your office.
I'm gonna
A gift
put
from you.
it on with Brett.
Remember when Brett was here?
Yes.
All right, so we've talked about before some of the basic tenets of Shita-Roo, what distinguishes Shita-Roo from other styles. And why are you guys creeping up on my head? It's really stand up.
Just staying in.
That's-
Trying to
Yeah, I
slowly
know.
creep up
Yeah, I
on
just
you and see
realized
what we
it.
can do, sir.
Wondering why the feet were moving. I realized I got a full square closer to me all of a sudden. I wasn't paying attention. Look at that. One of the basic principles is everything that we do twists. Right?
Yes.
Why? We've talked a little bit about it before. Why? Why twist?
One of them is you're not gonna hurt your hand so much.
Okay?
Yeah, it's
It also,
Blocking,
it's
okay?
also the punches, block and punch, block is a punch, because when you're doing that, to me, you're providing additional force to it than just,
Okay?
Going for the cutting through the gristle and fat and getting to the bone.
Right.
hitting it.
And all of those things, absolutely. So it, in some ways can protect you depending upon what you're striking, adds power, because you add that torque component
Yes.
to it. Moving things out of the way, absolutely. We'll just stick a punch out, just bring it on. The other thing that it does, which is kind of relevant to something that's come up in conversation lately, it allows me better control of what I'm doing here. Especially applicable to like when we're working here in the dojo. If I get in here and we just start going at it, it can be a bad day, depending, if you and your partner consent to that kind of nonsense, rock and roll, but it gets real hard to type after a while, okay? This gives me all of that benefit, plus if I don't wanna hurt, it's easier for me to not hurt him this way than it is this way.
Plus, it may hurt you.
Plus it's gonna hurt me as well. So get in here and bang and bang and bang and bang and bang and bang. Doesn't really do anything, other than inflate your ego a little bit. Twisting. This one is especially, everybody wants to do this. This way, alright? So, if this allows me not to hurt and bruise myself, and allows me to not to hurt and bruise him, how does it hurt him? You know, okay, well, it doesn't really do any damage.
I've had it because of the way you turn it.
This is a target. Okay, it's not that I change from this to this to cause him damage. It's I change from this to that to hurt him. Or my personal favorite, that to hurt him. It is exactly the same. I change the weapon and I change the target. No? Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. Let's take a left front stance, and a left down. He's gonna step forward and punch, high, middle, low. So, high punch, middle punch, low punch. Then I go back. High punch, middle punch, low punch. No? Close? Good. Get your partners that you had before. Here's what you do. You start back there. You're gonna go, probably got room for 3 sets up and 3 sets back. I'm not gonna count it. You just keep doing that until I say stop. But what I want is I don't necessarily want fast. I want good, clean punches.
Yes.
And I want good, clean blocking. I don't want this hammering each other.
Yes.
No?
Yeah, the down one is the hardest one to get used to doing.
I know, everyone wants to hammer fist
Yeah.
things.
I still
Which
have
is
to-
fine, but not down block. Because even if you are gonna hammer fist something, that torque component adds to the hammer fist.
Yes.
This is different than that. I won't say it's better or worse, it's just different.
Yes.
So, alright, I try. Yeah, great. Like
Oh,
three,
go straight.
1, 2, 3, this is what it
Sorry
sets.
about that.
Just for my own benefit, I want middle inside block today, rather than middle outside block.
Ah. coming off
That's
of,
fine. Almost like I do things that are awkward to teach a lesson. I don't know.
you would never do that.
I would never do that. What are you doing, Mr. Brandon? Messing up my drill.
That's what he was thinking though.
No, it wasn't a bad thing, it's just,
You're going in
let's stick with the drill for now.
Everywhere, man. Middle inside. Middle inside.
Still inside. There we go. Okay, person punching, you're just not throwing random punches out there. Target. High punch, right underneath the nose, filter them. Middle punch, high center sternum. Low punch, and belly button, solar plexus.
So we're kind of trying to come in slow and relax, or?
You have a natural tendency to want to angle, which is perfect. What I'm going to make a comment on is you're angling for the rising lock and the middle inside block. You're all on the good side. With this, for the low punch, you're angling this way and blocking this way, which isn't wrong, but there's a whole lot of area where you now have to recover. So this low punch, either a little straighter or angling this way. On the other ones, you angle out, you're still into a decent place to be. Here, you're actually kind of crossing yourself. But,
That's all I could set a certain amount of ways.
make one more run up and back, and then we're gonna do something else.
Oh, any questions on that?
So,
Everybody got the gear?
yes,
Hey, mine broke, I don't. He's got some on order.
My dog ate me.
Mine's in my truck.
Guys are worthless.
I've got it, I've got it.
Actually worthless. All right, give me, 2 lines, you two back up.
Also, don't do the gear?
No,
You really don't have your green thing? I thought-
Oh, no, you two come forward. There we go.
Since
All right.
they came to find me some food.
How far through Peanut Showdown have we got?
We went through the entire thing last class. I've got up until
Okay.
the
All right,
second.
you've been through the entire thing.
I've been through it, one run or two, I'll give it.
All right. From you on, Peanut Showdown.
You know,
Yes,
so-
sir.
1 count, 1 move.
close?
Hey! Yeah, just up as 1.
Eight. Up. Eight. 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 Up.
Sheet. Oh. Rope. Leap. Punch.
That's 45, check punch.
Eight. There she go.
Over me she go.
Eight.
Right across your shoulder.
Eight. On.
Front stand scoop. Front stand is the big scoop block.
I really can't, can somebody do that again, please?
You're gonna use this stuff on front stance.
Punch. Eight. Pull. Eight. Kick punch. Eight.
And supported block.
Eight.
Alright.
Yeah. Pulls me down block. Eight. And these last four motions are the middle four from Tenno Kata. So down block, rising block, rising block. Eight. 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 Go ahead.
I need to do some story, realize. Really, I don't know this, I forgot.
No, I didn't know anything about that, Greg. It's like my first day up here. I don't know anything about that.
I'm glad I taught you something.
All right. Who can tell me the story of the Penons?
The Hayons and the Penons are really opposite.
Well, that's part of the story.
Penons initially were black belt classes, weren't they?
No.
Oh.
Kuniva was drunk.
He was drunk, yeah, that's the other part.
What's the Hatfield and Goys
I
gun?
don't know.
Okay. Actually, I did not know this, but yesterday was like the 115th something anniversary of the Penons. Which I did not know that, so FYI. Pinon is the Chinese pronunciation of the kanji, means peaceful mind. Heian is the Okinawan pronunciation of the kanji. In just about every Okinawan / Japanese karate style does the 5 Pinon, or Heians, they call it. They use the word interchangeably. In every one of those except Shitoru and I think Goju-Ryu, Pinon Shodan and Pinon Nidan are switched.
You mean the actual kata itself?
The actual name. What we do is Pinon Nidan, everybody else does is Pinon Shodan. And what we do is Pinon Shodan, everybody else does as Pinon Nidan.
Which one does everyone else do first? The one we just did, or the other?
Everybody else does this one second.
Oh,
I don't know, sir. I'm gonna answer your question you're gonna ask. I don't know. I don't know why.
No, well, can't explain it, I'm about to explain it. This is the story. Okay? And I don't necessarily know that it's true, but this is the story. Kuniva. When his father passed away and he became head of the Seishinkai, basically, he was the head, in kind of a way of looking at it, of the biggest karate organization in the world. So basically in Okinawa, he is like a god kind of thing when it comes to karate. His word is law. As the story goes, after training one day at a big, huge tournament / clinic, he liked to drink. He got drunk. He was standing around talking about the Penons for whatever reason, as we do when we party. Called them backwards. Was in the conversation, had him backwards. Showed up to the clinic, then this next day, clinic, still from the night before, taught them name backwards. Nobody corrected them and stuff.
So it would be bad to just correct it now, is the kind of thing? It would just...
It's gone on for so long, you know, just don't even sweat it. It's to me, it's one of those funny, unique karate stories. Just leave it alone.
Nidan is how far, how much later, which belt is that?
Next belt. You have Pinon Shodan and Ropoho for blue, and then it's Pinon Neon and Ananku for green. Okay, enough stories. Pinon Shodan.
That's all right.
Show that.
One count, one more.
Hey.
Now, don't forget when you're coming in for this next motion, it's not arm, it's body. Hey! There we go. Again, remember focus, don't wrap yourself up so much. There we go. Up! Hey! Hey! Up! And also remember for this one, different people will call it different things, but it should end up the same way. The arm is going to be straight. As I cross, the arm continues to be straight, As my hip settles, my elbow drops. You can call it a back fist, you can call it a middle outside block, because you end up in a middle outside block position, but what it does not do is swing. It is, in this position, it is just above shoulder level. Maybe for me, it's about cheek level on me. It stays at that level as I make my turn, and then as my stance settles, the elbow just dumps. It doesn't swing. So, from here. Hey! Good. Now, when you do the kick, the kicking leg, your right leg, when it retracts and you go to set it down, you're going to set it down crossing your center line. This is a front leg turn, not a rear leg turn.
Yes.
So kick, turn, shoot, go. Hey! Good. Right now your cast stand's too wide, a little longer. There you go. Who heard my cast stand story?
Hey,
Bring it
many
to the
times,
drawing,
sir.
right? Everybody hear that story before?
You talking about going to get a drink and coming down?
No,
Oh,
different
no.
story. All right, I'll tell the story again in a minute. Hey! Go. Hey! Go. Up!
Hey!
Turn, shoot though. Hey! Hey! Up! Shake! Go! Big scoop. Go! Punch. Now, as you pull, just pull into a middle outside block position, not too full geeky down. Hey! Kick punch. Hey! Supported block. Hey! Hey! Block. Brandon, why are you leaning back? That means straight lengthen out. You're literally, your shoulders are behind your hips. Lean forward slightly. There. Hey! Hey! Up! Yeah. Put a pin in for just a second. It's going down the eye. Kick punch. We're at the end. To load for this supported block, I'm going to load palm down, palms plural, down, knuckle to knuckle. As my lead hand goes into make the middle outside block, the rear hand just turns over and touches just above my elbow. So it's this kind of thing. Cool.
I don't remember. I'm trying to figure out how to say it.
Right, straight what Ray did. Go ahead.
What I was saying, when you get there, again, we can, from, okay, when you turn around first, this cat stance, I don't remember if it's left foot forward or right.
You're correct, left foot.
And then you go to the second one, yeah, right. From here, I need some more clarity on this turn to here. Am I bringing the
Those
foot
cats
in, doing it again?
Thank you for bringing my brain in. That's what it was.
Is that what it was?
Yes.
What's our order of movement?
Eyes.
Say it louder.
Eyes, feet,
Eyes, feet,
hands.
Eyes, feet, hip, hands. Eyes, feet, hip, hand.
Want to draw on
Not the, well, it's not wrong to do that, I don't do that.
Are you turning that back foot step over with the hips
Yes.
on the heel?
Not on the heel, I did on the heel because I was going slow and I wanted to see what was going on. Then there's a ball of it.
He was trying to get the torque in the turn when you do it, I was trying to figure out how, that's it right there?
Yeah, mine was doing, so.
It's just like everything else when you turn, you have to reach for it and you're gonna pull yourself into
This,
it.
this,
And get your hand, go with that. Okay, before we close out, okay, my cat stand story for those of you who have not heard this before. When you're setting up a cat stance, basically it's one natural step length and you sit on your back leg, right? So you're 90-10 here. You get a straight spine. Basically heel toe, front foot to back foot. Again, gripping with the toes, including the lead toes. The disparity or controversy sometimes, well, for us, for Chikaru, it's a 45 hip, so my belt knot should be going off to a 45. Other styles do a straightforward cat stance. We do this in one kata for one specific reason only, and it's like a Sanda Yana kata. The base foot, though, is where the differences come. Sean James likes a 45 foot. I prefer a more narrow, about 30-degree foot, because to me it closes off the groin more. His works for him, mine works for me, but what we both agree on is no more than 45. So if you're turning that foot past 45, you're pretty much flat wrong. And here's why I prefer that more narrow foot. Hanshi and I were up in Virginia, a 4-day clinic. 3 very evil, nasty men from Japan came to teach. I spoke about 3 words of Japanese, they spoke about 3 words of English. Great martial arts. One of them was Nakagawa, or excuse me, no, Nakagawa? No, they're Nakagawa. Nakagawa. He's about that tall, about that big around, and again, spoke like 3 words of English. At the end of the 4th day, we're training outside in Virginia in August. It's 110 degrees, sun blazing down on us for 4 days straight. It's 4:30 in the afternoon, we close at 5, we're closing out at 5. We're doing Basai Dai, which is a shonan tonic cat stance. I'm tired, and I didn't realize it, but I was doing this. Because I was beat, I couldn't stand up anymore. He sees this, he comes over, and he fires off this string of Japanese, and it went by me, I didn't get one word of it. I was like, Wakarimasen, I don't understand. It's like the only Japanese I knew. And I thought, same thing, whoosh, and it went right by. Wakarimasen. Boom! And he slid that front kick along the inside of my lead knee, clipped, luckily, the bottom of my cup into
Oh,
that back
cup.
thigh.
I thought,
Well.
when you told the story the last time, I thought it was, you didn't have a
Well,
cup on.
okay, here's the cup, here's everything with it, and the cup didn't really do a whole lot.
Yes, yes.
Okay, clipped in, that back leg went, and I went, oh, and pulled that leg back in.
Yes.
So that is why I prefer that, because it closes off that normal.
Yes. I do remember the story now.
That front kick translated into English like that.
Yes.
So that string of Japanese became English in an iPad.
Is that gonna be our next reflex drills or?
There's another Jamaican saying, he who does not hear it will feel it.
I like that one. That's very correct. All right, questions, comments, concerns? All good?
Yes.
All right, let's do it.
Okay? Show me, Rick. Kyoshini, Rick. Utagani, Rick.
I got to watch that. What the name? Go home.
Yes.